So, all right,
Right.
but that ain't the topic.
I know.
Sorry, it's all
Ugh.
good. I'm telling you, man, these
Okay,
women
so
out here want to do, huh? Want to
go
do
ahead.
everything that men do, you
Right.
know, and it comes back to haunt you. It really does, and it's a shame, but it's the world that we live in. It don't seem fair. You're right, it ain't fair. Life is not fair. It really isn't. But as you age,
Right.
I'm telling you, you start. Let's just start interviewing women in their 40s and in their 50s,
Right.
and
All
find
right.
out how many are mad, how many
All
wish
right.
they could do it all over again.
Let's do something a little different. Good morning,
We've
everybody.
lost sight. We lost sight. I'm just telling you. All right. I
Welcome,
know
welcome
I stay
to
in trouble, so that's fine.
welcome to the Brothers of Legacy.
Morning,
I am your
Lisa.
host, AD Walker, the pusher, the grower, the motivator, and I have to my left, right, Brian A. McCrory Sr. Having a a lively conversation. I'm trying to get it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. Um, so
Put it up there.
yeah, yeah, I'm about to.
All right. Don't
I
look,
just
don't be scared.
ain't nobody
Don't be
scared,
scared.
sucker.
Don't be scared.
ain't
Don't
nobody,
be scared.
ain't nobody
What is
scared.
it?
Ain't nobody
Look,
scared.
Rihanna saying it with her chest.
Let
Okay.
me we're gonna do a
We
poll
gotta
and then we
we
can
gotta say
get
it with
into
our chest.
decisions and life decisions. We're talking about decisions. Uh so asking asking the people, that's pretty cool right here. Boom. Hold on. Is there something wrong with this picture? Is there anything wrong with this picture? Is it a
Women will tell you
is it
nothing is.
sending the wrong
Women will tell
message?
you there's nothing wrong with that picture.
I'm gonna disagree. Um, what's up, Lisa? Good morning. All right, I'm getting a little feedback from you, Pastor. Let me see. I don't know if that's me. Make sure I'm not on anywhere. All right. Okay, yeah, that's you. I don't hear it. So if you're watching this on replay, let us know. Let us know. I might even put this up on the Facebook page. See what people think. Is there anything wrong with it? Is there anything wrong with it? I think it's kind of
Just
a
the picture, not the price of it. What does this picture represent?
oh yeah, the picture, the one
Picture
picture.
represents the rebirth of Rihanna,
Yeah, the rebirth.
or the step back,
Everything changes.
or the step back for man.
Man, I like that. I like it. Uh,
I
I
mean,
mean,
look
I
at it, man. I'm just saying, if you look
right,
at the confidence that she's exuding,
right,
right?
right.
Chest out, head up, chin up, right?
You don't feel like my man he holding it down while she's
Nah,
doing her
there's
thing.
nothing masculine,
You don't feel no
nothing
masculine,
masculine about that
nothing
picture.
masculine. Let's
Her
see.
hair is out, his hair is braided,
Let's see. The
holding the baby.
right, Lisa. The infamous picture.
I
Lisa, the
want to know,
infamous
Lisa,
picture.
if you can recognize the representation of this picture. Does this picture represent progression or regression? Not speaking about Rihanna and her success.
Right, right. Not a career, but
Tip my hat to any successful person. You do
yes.
your thing, but the picture, the image, the
Right.
image. What do you take away from the imagery here?
Right.
That's all
So
I'm asking.
let that marinate. We'll I'll probably bring it back up towards the end of the show. While my folks is
Morning, Jeff.
gathering, coming in. What
Yeah,
up,
we bring
Jeff?
that
Good
back.
morning.
Bring that
Huh?
back because I don't want to turn anybody off.
He said, "Yeah, I bring yeah." Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's do this. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Remove that. There we go. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Again, welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I'm your host, A.D. Walker. To my left, right is Brian A. McCrory Sr. in the building. Always sporting.
Still a man of God. Everything I do.
Going of What? Somebody need to translate that one. What up, Richard? Good morning. We'll get back to that. You got to maybe autocorrect, or that's a word that we don't use here. So break that down for us, Richard. So let me do my quick intro. Helps me separate from my podcast moments. So we'll be right back. Listen, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Share the text. Let everybody know that the brothers are on. We're back. Still black.
And there will be something dynamic said.
Definitely. Let's see. I got lost in my things. Where we at? There we go. Bam.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
All right. Welcome back. All right. Let's see. All right.
Do
Make
you
sure you
remember
share this.
Welcome Back, Cotter?
I'll say this. I remember I would hear it. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Boop, change the channel. So that show, and I knew it was time to go to bed when I heard this theme. Like, oh,
It's 10
that's
o'clock.
MASH. It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Time to go to bed. Right.
Yeah.
It's time to go to bed. And I can't remember the other one. The other one was Heart to Heart. I don't know. I can't remember.
Heart to
the-
Heart. Wow.
Heart to Heart. That was another, like, oh, it's bedtime. And I went to bed finally because I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch this. I'm gonna head out. So, oh yeah. Welcome back, Carter. Let's see where you. Oh, your dream where you take it out. Oh, you gotta make it.
I actually
Never listened to the
downloaded-
words.
I downloaded
So,
the season of Welcome Back, Cotter
wow.
last year.
Wow.
I just was in the mood to go back and reminisce.
Right.
Horseshack.
Right. Let's see. Back here. Right. Back here. Where we made
going
it.
all in. He's going in. He's going in.
He said, I can see the point the image is making of putting women before the man to lead. Also, when you're just looking at it from the point of putting her in front because of her stardom. However, we know that media pushes narratives
Thank
and
you.
very
That's
subtle,
all I'm saying.
sinister. You gotta say it whenever you
Thank
see the
you.
word sinister. You
Thank
got
you.
sinister ways.
You know there's a message just based on the magazine cover.
Right.
Whose magazine it is. You know there's another angle that's being pushed.
That's
Absolutely.
another
That's my
angle
point.
being
And
pushed.
that's the part that irritates
What's
me
up, Mama Corey?
because
I got
it's
you.
destroying the picture of what
Gotcha.
family is supposed to look like. The agenda.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa. I just needed a real sister to come up and say it out loud.
Not a real
Yeah.
sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because anybody who can't see that is living in fantasy
Ain't real.
land.
All right, let me.
Yeah. So thank you, my sister. There's a blessing in store for you. I lost you. Did we lose AD or did you guys lose me?
Nope, you lost me. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
It's me. It's all me. AT&T is acting up. AT&T is not holding it down. That was AT&T breaking us. So I'm like in between right now. I got to return the Spectrum stuff. And see, I was frozen. So today I want to talk about decisions, right? I want to talk about making good decisions. And how do you, or because it's, when you make a decision, right, you hope it's the best, right? What are some of the questions or filters that you use to know you're making making a good decision or a sound decision? Now, nothing's ever perfect. Everything comes with risk. Even in the world of finance, there's stocks that are the volatile ones, and then there's the stocks that seem more stable. But had you put all your chips in Sears, you would be like, oh, Sears is going down now. Like, so as stable as something may seem, or as sound of a decision something may appear, things always shift. But the goal is to at least feel like the decision you make will get you the results that you're looking for. I make this move, hopefully great things happen. I know, and Pastor shared about making his first move out of California, and things just looking like, okay, God, am I in the wrong place? Is this a message? Did I move too soon? So I think sometimes judging your decisions, long term, short term, because you can make a move, great things begin to happen, then in a year, everything falls apart. So for you, like making certain decisions, financial decisions, or just moving physically, like how do you filter like your good decision? And we don't have to get super deep with it, because every decision is not like having to wait for God to say, it's time to move, my son. Everything ain't a big God moment,
But I disagree. I think they are God moments when you apply God's strategy.
Right. Okay.
Right. For me, the Bible says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Right. So I was just having this conversation with my family. I told my wife, I said, I don't want to live a life where my circumstance drives my decision making.
Right.
I don't want to be overly anxious. I don't want to make a decision out of stress. I don't want to make a decision out of discomfort. Unless I'm making a decision to get better. Right.
Something I got to change. Something. Right.
So you have to evaluate where you are. Why do you feel the way that you feel?
Right.
I think Jeff said something. I'm an outcome based person.
Right.
My thought pattern is always going to be outcome based. What am I going to get out of this? What does this look like in my future? Am I thinking for the moment, or am I really thinking for the future? Is this seed for a harvest? Is it good ground? So you have to think about all of those things when you're, or at least those are the things that I think about when I'm making a decision. I like that whole concept of the 24-hour cooling period. When something hits me, let me think about it for 24 hours and see if I still feel the same way. 24 hours later, most people go out and buy a car, and 24 hours later they regret the purchase. People will buy a house and regret the purchase. People will move, relocate, and regret relocating. And a lot of people, statistically, people moving away from their hometown or a place that they've lived at for an extensive amount of time, in a lot of cases, they end up going back, having regretted moving because of the fear that something happens inconsistent, some frustration, some letdown. 24 hours can absolutely make a difference in how you feel. So you have to be careful with making life impacting decisions instantly. So you have to. The Bible says you got to count up the cost.
Don't let them timeshare people put the pressure on you.
Can you what's the worst that can happen? Can you survive the worst that can happen?
Right. If I do this, sign this contract, pay this thing. Yeah.
If it blows up in my face, will I survive it?
Right.
You know,
Right.
those are the things you have to think about. And so there's a lot to be said. I know that because, man, I've made a lot of decisions. I'm like, ooh, if I could have done that all over again,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But I also have made decisions that have been the best decisions of my life. You know,
Yeah,
I've
100%.
moved several times in my life, you know, and I
100%.
think that the greatest move for me was coming to Georgia from California. People
Right.
like, you went to Georgia from California? I
Right.
hate the traffic in Georgia.
Right.
I hate the
Right.
traffic in Georgia, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so grateful with all of the frustration, the pains,
Yeah.
the losses. You know, I'm grateful for what the Lord has done in my life and
Right.
for my family, having
Right.
made that move. And
Right.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if I
Definitely.
left tomorrow, I'm still glad that I made the move. And people
Right.
told me it was a bad move.
Right.
You know.
Jeff said, he said, I've always lived by the worst case scenario. Come on, let's work it out. There we go.
Yeah.
Definitely. So Richard, I had a question. He said, have you ever not been lost, but felt like you lost, I guess, plenty of friends, but that you lost plenty of friends, but felt alone? Kind of break that down, Richard. I think I know what you're saying. When I first read it,
Yes.
I thought,
Have you
got it?
ever, like, you know where you are, but you
Right.
still feel lost?
right. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know, you can know your physical location,
Right.
but your mental, psychological, emotional
You can feel
state
lost.
can give you a sense of loss. Yeah, absolutely. I know what that is.
And I guess having plenty of friends but feeling alone.
Being surrounded by people,
Yeah. And
but feeling alone. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So I think I guess you kind of filter out your decisions. You try to make sound judgment, based on your situations. And I mean, I agree with the 24 hour, at least, 24 hours, because you get excited about stuff. I can't tell you the amount of MLM meetings I was in. I was in the hype party, hyped up, like, this is it. We gonna do this. And that's about sign up about 2 or 3 of them. I go to them like, okay, this sounds great. Let me. I can't sign today. What about your family? What about your future? It could wait 24 hours. It could wait a little. Let me take this information from this exciting area, take this home, and get my wife involved so she can hit me with the questions, and then I can hit you with the questions. The stuff that I'm not really thinking about right now because I'm hyped up. Seen the presentation, seen the money. I was like, this could work. Right. He said MLMs or buying a car, same program. Right. You got to think about
it. You have to communicate, right? When you're making tough decisions.
Yes.
You got to talk that thing out. That's why who you're connected to matters so much. You have to talk to God.
Right.
Get guidance from the Lord. And then you talk to your family, talk to your confidant.
Yeah.
But you do have to guard your decisions sometimes to be careful who you share it with, because sometimes you get negativity where there should be positivity. But I always want someone to challenge me on my decisions. A constructive challenge is always healthy.
Right.
And if you're gonna make a decision, make it. Right. Sometimes we get so caught up in analyzing everything, we die from analytics, and we don't do anything. You spend so much time thinking about it that you never even move. You never make the decision. That's called procrastination, by the way. But you have to do something. You have to make decisions. So it's important that you put the right tools in place, the mechanisms in place, the system in place to evaluate which direction you're headed in, and whether or not this is a solid decision for you.
Right.
The bad decisions that I've made, I didn't find out till after the fact. So who knows if it's a good decision or not? You have to do your homework, do the research, communicate, talk to people, talk to yourself, ask yourself over and over, how does this make me? How will I feel about this in 5 years? How will I feel about this in 10 years?
Right.
What are the expectations? All of that. But all in all, you have to make the decision because you only get one life.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
One.
Definitely. That in itself though is a moment of helping your decision making. Because sometimes, we err on, caution or safety or like, should I, shouldn't I? And you got to think about, the thing that you said, Pastor, what's worst case scenario? What's the worst that can happen? If this goes bad, how much are you losing? What are you losing out from this? And then sometimes it's like, hey, jump, take the risk because you only live once. You only with a YOLO, right? YOLO.
Yeah.
And it took me a while. I used to see that. I'm like, what is YOLO? You only live once. So you have an opportunity.
It took me a while to figure that out also.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone was like, oh yeah, YOLO. Like, what? What does that mean?
I'm too embarrassed to say how long it took me to figure it.
It's all good. Listen, we not in the trend anymore. Listen, I tell young people, I'm like, when you're reaching old, when you see something and you're out of the trend. What's it sounds like?
Reese.
Sound like a new yogurt. He said, you have to run the risk of being a fool. That's what makes us better. Indeed. He said, I tell my guys it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask. Listen, Reese knows that. Reese knows that. He said some of his past antics on the radio. And heck, probably new antics on the radio. I'll just eat that later. But that was a good one. Let's see. So make sure you join our community. Text LW into 84576. Just want to throw that out there real quick. He said, sounds like a new yogurt. Right, YOLO, right? But yeah, definitely. Sometimes you got to jump, man. Sometimes you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to get stuck analyzing. Because if you're more than likely, if you keep analyzing, you're probably trying to find a reason not to do something. Yeah, not to do something. And you just need to just go ahead and do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Well, listen, you'll never establish legacy sitting on the sidelines.
Right.
That's a fact. I can't tell you the number of opportunities that have been missed because you're stuck on the sidelines deciding not to make the decision or hesitating to make the decision. Man, if I had jumped, seriously, bro.
I know.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for my life, man. But oh my Lord, the things that I
should have just
overlooked,
and
I took time to think about it and hesitated and missed it. Right. I'm not going to do that, man. I'm just not going to do that. You got to charge the hill. You got to make something happen. Right. Listen, I want people to miss me when I'm gone.
Right.
They're going to forget about me, but I'm trying to extend the time that it takes for them to forget about me.
Right.
Because at some point they're going to forget about you.
Yeah. 100%.
Right. The question is, how long will they remember you?
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah. People it's gonna be painful when I leave this place. Yeah. As it's supposed to be. And you only get that way by doing stuff that appears crazy to others. It only seems crazy because they're afraid to do it.
Right.
Indeed. I have been afraid. I'm afraid of stuff now.
Right.
But I'm not going to let fear stop me.
Right. 100%. I agree.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting after it, bro.
Yes, indeed.
55 years old, and I feel like I'm just getting started.
True.
Just getting started.
True.
So I've made the decision to go higher. I've made the decision to trend up. I've made the decision to get better. I have no competition except yesterday's version of me.
Yep.
Period. If I'm just better than me yesterday, I'm winning.
Right. 100%.
And the young people say that's on period.
Don't do that again. Don't do that again. Don't do that. It's Wayne Gretzky said
young
famously.
People that might be listening on the replay, I know you felt that.
Yes, before the period. I do that to my son. He was looking like that.
Hey,
do that.
man,
Don't do
I
that.
told you. I sound like a person who just walked 10 miles,
Right.
right?
Right. Literally.
Made the decisions. This is
Yes.
gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt a little
It's gonna
bit.
be painful. Well,
Yeah.
so I was sharing this with AD yesterday after we talked yesterday, everybody, that I've been, picking up my exercise regimen, working out and all of that. And
Right.
it's wreaking havoc on my body, but I'm also I'm gaining
Right.
in health. And so Saturday, I decided, I told myself I wanted to be able to run 10 miles. And I have successfully run 3 miles. I'm up to 3 miles running without dying. Hey, I went from 1 to 3.
Right.
I have done the run walk 6 miles.
Okay.
Did that 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So this past weekend, I said, when I got up on Saturday morning, I said, I'm making a decision that today, because I got a couple of friends that did 12 miles. I said, I'm not ready to do 12 miles. I said, but today I'm going to get up. I'm going to go walk 10 miles.
Okay.
Right. I set a goal. I made a decision that I was going to walk 10 miles. I had already walked and run 6. So I said, today I'm going to do 10. So I made the decision. I counted up the cost. You're going to feel this afterwards. Your hips are going to be talking to you on the way back. Your back is going to be talking to you because you had back pain for 15, 20 years.
Right.
So these things are going to happen. But
yes,
in order to run, you can't run 10 miles if you can't walk 10 miles.
Right.
So my decision was today I'm setting a goal to walk. I'm going to walk 5 miles out and to be able to walk 5 miles back home.
Right.
And I refused to call my wife to come pick me up. Right.
Figured. Yes.
So I set out and I started walking.
Nice.
And I realized how few sidewalks there are. Right.
We're in Georgia, guys. We're in Georgia, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Great state of Georgia.
So it teaches you that there are going to be some unexpected obstacles.
Yes.
When you make decisions to go and do something, when you start moving, you're going to run into some unexpected obstacles. But are you going to allow these obstacles to keep you from getting to your next point? Sometimes they will slow you down. Sometimes they will disrupt. But will they stop you?
Right.
Because I had to walk through some stuff that I had to walk through some.
I've been through it.
I had to go through some stuff to get to the 5 mile mark. Right. And what I thought was the 5 mile mark was actually the 3.6 mile mark. So when I got to what I thought was the halfway point, I wasn't even halfway there. Sometimes when you set a goal, right?
Well,
your milestones are further out than they appear.
Yes.
Right? Yes. You think you done made them halfway. No, you done found out, we're not even close. We still got more to do. And I kept walking.
Right.
And what I'm saying, like, I was learning so much about myself. I began to talk to myself. I was recording myself. Like, in my body, I was having a conversation with my body, like, bro, where have you been? What have you been doing? Like, because it's been 30 years. Like, we walk a lot.
Yeah.
But we don't put our mind to doing but I'm saying I made a decision I was going to go walk.
Yeah.
You make a decision that you're going to launch a business.
Yes.
You make a decision that you're going to get married.
Right.
You make a decision that you're going to move away. You're going to start a new career. You're going to, and I'm saying that there's always more to it.
Right.
When you activate it.
Right.
So I'm walking and I'm feeling the pain starting to set in my ankles and my hips. And I haven't made it to the halfway point yet.
Right.
And I'm like, can you just make it to the halfway point?
Yeah.
And then when I finally get there, I say, I'm going to go a little further. So I went beyond the halfway point before I turned around because by the time I got to the halfway point, I realized I still had more in my tank.
Wow.
Right.
That's good.
And so I went beyond the half. I went 1,000 meters.
Right.
No, I went 1,000 feet beyond the halfway point, not meters.
Okay.
And I turned around that way. When I got back, my victory was I exceeded my goal.
Right.
I started out with a crisp, clean pair of tennis shoes,
Right.
pair of socks. When I
Right.
got back, my shoes looked like they were 20 years old.
Right. Right.
Right.
True.
But they serve a purpose, and I was able to clean them.
Right. Right.
A lot of young people out here scared to get their shoes dirty. They don't even want to crease their shoes. They're running around, they're walking like robots to keep from putting a crease in their
Crease in the
shoes.
shoes. True indeed.
Yeah.
True indeed.
Use what you have. You know, a lot of the tools that you start with, you may not end with.
Right. Right.
Right. Don't be sad because you lost something along the way. It
Right.
was a building block. It was to help you get to your targeted destination.
Right.
It may not make it. Certain people may not make it with you all the way there. Certain
Right.
people don't even make it halfway there. But is that going to stop you? You are a champion. You got to make it happen.
True
They are
indeed.
not going to talk about what you tried to do. They will talk about what you accomplished.
Yes. Yep. That's good. They'll not talk about what you tried to do. They'll talk about what you accomplished. That's the quote. Today's quote. He said pulling mileage on them shoes. Hold on. Reese says, Pastor, I walked 10 miles the other day too. Stupid car broke down on I-95 and my phone died. Stop bragging. So,
Yeah, you did it because you had to.
Had
I
to,
did it
right.
because I wanted to. That's my
Different.
point. We walk all the time because we have to. But who decides today I'm going to get up and go walk 10 miles and actually
Right.
does it?
Right. No doubt. No doubt. Not in 2023. So he said, popped in 2 deep comments. Richard, you can't tell us that the comments are deep. We judge on the deep comments. We have to tell you the comment is deep. So Richard said, problems equal opportunity equal solutions equal fortune favor the brave. Sometimes a leap of faith goes with it. Life is too short. Indeed. Indeed, my brother. Indeed. Let's get down here a little bit. He said, I guess it's a sudden realization I was so fit in the military. I thought I was fit. Right. Right.
I
Oh,
thought I was fit till I got around some fit people.
right. That's a word right there. Like just being
Yeah.
around like folks in one space and you're like, oh yeah, I'm good. Till you get around folks in other spaces, you're like, oh yeah, I'm nothing. like so Michael's that was a Michael. He said that
Look,
was
if we could cancel you, we would make Michael Gibson. But we can't, so we won't.
Right. He said, when I see you folks jogging down the road, I'll honk and y'all
Right.
get a car.
Believe me, my wife drove past me as I was
Wow.
walking. She
Wow.
said, I saw you walking, honey. I said, well, you didn't honk. She goes, no.
That's it. No.
She was trying to process me on the side of the road because the only people she sees on the side of the road walking in those ditches.
Right. Are people that seem like they have to walk in those
Yeah.
ditches. Right.
Yeah. She was processing the view. She
That's
didn't know what to do, man.
right.
She was proud, but she didn't honk. She didn't wave.
This is your boy. He's talking about I'm 67. The thought has not entered my mind yet, Pastor. And here you talk about it, still hasn't entered.
Yeah. I get it.
Oh man. She wasn't she didn't want to scare your old behind. You know what? So, he said Kevin Seinfeld ran 7 marathons in 7 days. Nice.
Yeah.
Good job though. Definitely getting out there is important. She thought. I don't want people to think. I know you.
That was probably it.
I didn't want to.
Like you can run on the treadmill,
right.
but out there on the streets, it don't look right.
But
she actually wanted to walk with me until she realized the path I was going to take.
Yes.
I said, I'm going to walk the path that I normally drive to get a different perspective.
She wasn't feeling that one.
Nah, and I thought like because what happens is she'll get out there and she won't walk at my pace. She'll walk at her pace. You know, she'll get tired and she'll have to catch up. And I'm like, I can't leave her out there on the side of the road walking by herself.
Right.
No,
Right. You gotta stay. You know. Then
Yeah.
it's like you tired. Okay, let's go back. You gotta.
she's like, see, you can do that. You're former military. You're not afraid to walk through the mud and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, mud washes off.
Right. Right. All right. Wait, hold on. Sean said, look at this. You know, Sean in the challenge. Starting tomorrow, 5 a.m. alarm will be set. He said, I want to keep up with you past the 3 mile goal, 3 to 5 mornings a week through March. There you go.
Yeah.
Sean. Trying to rally.
I'm proud of
trying
you.
to
bro.
rally
Do it.
everybody. I'm
Make the
ignoring that.
decision, man.
We're going to just
Make the
ignore that.
decision.
Stop doing
Yeah.
that. This is what Sean does. Let me let y'all know. Let me tell you what Sean does. He sees a challenge like, oh yeah, we all getting involved in this one. I'm not falling for it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. Just because you're trying to start. Here's the opportunity when walking or cycling. You don't realize how big the incline
Yes.
is.
That part.
Listen, and Georgia
That
is
part.
full of hills. You
That
start
part.
like, oh man. Because I got a hill like going towards the main road that's like
Yeah.
just like, oh, this is hard.
Yeah, I had got to the point to where, like, it's funny. I ran 2 miles yesterday, right? I worked out, ran 2 miles, and I had inclines in my community. So my run yesterday, I went the opposite direction than I normally go because I know the inclines. Like I made a right when I normally make a left. That's my point.
Right.
Coming off my street. And I realized there were more hills in closer proximity when I made the right.
Wow.
There are hills when I make the left going down the main strip in my community, but they're more extended. But when I made that right turn, those hills were like got him. And so I said, I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm not going to run up the hill. I'll walk up the hill and then run down the hill. And then I was like, you're cheating. Because
you're in a coach. You're in a coach.
Set a goal to go run.
Right.
And you want to accomplish the goal, and obstacles are going to hit you in the face when you set your goal.
Right.
Are you going to allow these unexpected obstacles to stop you? No, you got to run up the hill, man. If anything, walk downhill, but run up the hill. So I have to admit, I ran 1.88.
I got you.
I didn't make it quite 2 miles.
You're good. The hill adds to it though. The hill.
The hills added 5 miles to that run, bro. I was done. Done. But the thing is, decision making requires effort. It requires sacrifice. It requires strategy. It requires tactics.
Yeah.
It requires everything that life requires, but it gets compacted into a decision-making process. Right. But that's the art. Designing, building, strategy, tactical approach. All of that is the art of the execution. As I was walking out, I was thinking about the word execution. I'm like it when I think about what people will say about me in my passing. What will the eulogy sound like?
Right.
And if you want the eulogy to be great, you have to make sound decisions while you're still here.
Right.
Build your eulogy in life so that you give them what to talk about. Write your own eulogy.
Right.
Don't let them write it. You write it with your life. That's real, man.
That's good.
That's real.
Awesome. He said, there you go, Rollins. Hold on. Let's put Reese comment first. Said Sean is running alone for all 3 to 5 of those miles. # we ain't doing it. So look at it. He said, let's make a moment. I guess a movement. He said, Pastor, you are 1 and I make 2. Who's next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
who's next? Jeff, you
right. And I love that because your hope is that other people will do it, but whether they do or not.
Right. I said, but that's what's interesting. Once you actually make the decision, you adjust to whatever to accomplish the decision. Yes, definitely. You adjust to make your goal. And as we always talk about, success is defined. Right. There you go, Thomas. What's up? Good morning, my brother. He said, if you want to leave a legacy, you have to live a legacy.
Thank you.
That's it. That's Reese, my man. He said 7 marathons, 7 days. He said, I would just cut a check for the charity. The heck with all that running. And OMG, I don't want to even know what my eulogy will say. don't think I know. I want to. It'll be good, brother. It'll be good. It'll be good. You know, if you're living a good life, you know, I've to date I only know one that probably had a rough funeral. I don't think there was a bad eulogy. I don't even think they really gave one. It just, yeah, she lived. She yeah. In her later years, she was really rough on folks. So her funeral was small, but you know, you'll be good. You'll be good. But you won't be here anyway. So my
Right.
thing
It's
is,
like, what difference
don't
does
matter.
it make? Like,
It
I'm
doesn't
not
matter.
going to be here.
I'm not gonna be here.
So
That's
it
why we say,
doesn't
was it?
matter.
Give your flowers now. Like, tell me
Right.
how great I am now.
That's why you have to bring it to life now.
Right.
You know,
Right.
live your life based on your expected legacy.
Yeah.
You have to build that yourself. And that's real.
Definitely.
And it's not about the number of mistakes you've made. It's
Right.
about how well you have recovered.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I believe that life is designed to teach us resiliency.
Right.
Life is designed to teach us resiliency. You're going to go through, but how you go through, can you continue to be productive while you're going through?
Right. Right.
Right? Because things are going to happen. They're going to
He said,
happen.
I won't be here, but I'll be watching you dogs. Oh man. So
Hey, listen, my wife is working out. My daughter is bragging about working out.
nice. You started
because
something.
it has triggered some things.
All right.
You know?
That's good.
Yeah, and I'm proud of that.
That's good.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Y'all keep
So-
that movement over there at the McCoy
Yeah.
house. That's good. I'm picking.
Look,
We're gonna get into it.
Here's my shoe.
Oh yeah.
After 10 miles.
Wow.
I took a picture because I wanted my family to see what I had to go through, what I had to walk through.
Right.
Right. Sometimes you get dirty
Right.
executing on your decisions,
True indeed.
but you still come out better.
Yes.
Dirt
Yeah.
washes off.
Right. Dirt washes off. Look at that. Dirt washes off. We said, I want my eulogy to read, we all saw this coming. I can't.
There is nothing wrong with that.
He's just trying to do tough resilience and perseverance, right? We
You
all
sound crazy.
saw this coming, right? All right. So listen, guys, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Join our text community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Never miss a broadcast. As well as what else I got for you? Make sure you go to brotherslegacy.com. Just visit the website. It'll help my traffic come up on Google. And if you've missed any episode, check out the Brothers of Legacy podcast. Check out the Brothers of Legacy podcast. All right. So we appreciate you guys for rocking with us another edition. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. He said, what? My gravestone will read, come on down. The waters won't. I can't.
I'm not dealing with that one.
I was saying,
Listen,
I knew this was going to happen.
Quote from Dr. Billy Alsbrooks. Dr. Billy Alsbrooks said this. He said, "You can never break me because trauma made me."
That's good.
Powerful statement. You can't break me. You can never break me because trauma made me.
There you go. Well, there it is. So we're going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Down 988. If you or someone you love is having a mental health crisis, down 988. And all hearts and minds are clear. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Be safe. Make good decisions. And don't go to AT&T. Yeah, you're right. We ain't gonna never get any sponsors. This was gonna happen. I'm gonna shut them all down. All right, we'll see you in the AM. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you more. Stay safe.